Alright guys, it is Ciaran from Red Devil Weekly. We are live after Manchester United have won their first game in the last three with a win against Everton at Old Trafford. It was a bit of a nervy finish, but they got the 3 points in the end. Joining me for this this review, I should say, tonight is Asim from the Tactical Show. Say hello, pal.
How you doing, lads?
Yeah, doing well, doing well. Obviously, after the great result that we got, and guys, I really would recommend subscribing to Asim's channel in the link in the description down below. Top link in the description down below. Really would recommend you subscribe to his channel. But obviously, Martial winning the penalty in the opening kind of 20 minutes. Got brought down. Pogba with the run-up missed the penalty, but scored the rebound in the end to make it 1-0. Martial, just after the start of the second half, scored a brilliant finish into the far corner for 2-0. Everton made it nervy with the penalty, but in the end, United made it 2-1 and got the vital win, really, after Arsenal had dropped points earlier today. And of course, one of Man City or Spurs are going to drop points as well, or both of them are in the Monday game as well. So, welcome Jack, welcome Red Army MUFC, and welcome Man United Fan TV. Welcome to the stream, guys. Thanks for joining. Please do subscribe to Asim's channel in the link in the description down below. Yeah, brilliant. Well, there you go. But Asim, what were your overall thoughts on the game?
I mean, at the start it was quite even, and then Martial brought some magic to the game by getting that penalty. I don't like what Pogba does with his penalty, to be honest. I might be sounding like Graham Souness at the moment, but like his penalty, I don't like it. He missed the penalty, but thank God he got the rebounding. And Martial, right? I'm Martial FC. Put it that way. I am Martial FC. What a superb finish it was, and then right at the end he should have scored as well. But overall, I'm happy with the 3 points.
That's a cracker, sir. Yes, yeah, same. I'm happy with the 3 points overall. I thought in patches we had some good moments. I thought Pogba and Martial linked up really well. And to be fair, I think unfortunately for Pogba, he did give up the pass that led ultimately to Everton's penalty. I want to ask you about both penalties. What did you make of firstly the Martial one? Do you think that was a penalty?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
100%. Okay. What about the who went down? I think it was Richarlison. Do you think that was a penalty as well?
Yeah, that was absolutely a penalty as well.
I've got to say, yeah.
Yeah, and he injured himself as well. Chris Smalling and Jones. Chris Smalling.
I saw Marcus Rojo as well was getting warmed up as well. So, I mean, unfortunately, we didn't get to see him back, but Smalling ended the game as the centre-back. But unfortunately, we couldn't get a clean sheet because, it was just really stupidity, to be honest. As Red Army MUFC says there, what the hell was Chris Smalling thinking? I agree. Richarlison wasn't really going anywhere, with that play. So I don't know why he had to go in with a big sliding tackle for. But who would you say, Asim, was your man of the match out of that game?
Martial without a doubt. Martial 100%.
Yeah, he was brilliant today, wasn't he, Martial? Really, really good. Running at defenders. Doing what we expect from Martial. Obviously with this contract, all this sort of contract talk and whether he's going to sign or not, how important do you think it is that Martial signs a new deal at Manchester United?
Very, very crucial. He is the future of Manchester United. Talking about Martial, Lindelof also played superbly well because he's been thrown under the bus by a lot of Manchester United fans. To be honest, yes, he's got mistakes in him, but it's what comes out of it. And against Juve, he was superb, and today it showed again.
I think, Lindelof has been very, very good, I've got to say. Lindelof and Smalling, I would say as a partnership, they've actually been all right. But yeah, I think Lindelof is actually, I think Lindelof is really, growing into his role as a centre-back, and it shows that if you give someone game time, if you give them, consistent run of games, that they can improve, and Lindelof is doing very, very well. Red Army MC says, Anthony Martial sounded like he was the vocal point of our attack, listening from Ciaran. He definitely was. He was really, really, positive going down the left-hand side, running at defenders, really causing them problems. So yeah, I thought Martial was really, really good today, and hopefully he can continue that run of form as well. Please do leave a like, guys, if you haven't already, and also subscribe to Asim's channel, The Tactical Show. His link is in the top line of the description down below, so please do go and check out his channel if you haven't already. Rashford joins and says, lucky Jose Mourinho again. I mean, fantastic performance, but we should have had 4 or 5. Yeah, that's a good point. I agree. I mean, what do you think about that, Asim? Do you think we could have had more in that game?
Yeah, we should have. Rashford had a chance. Martial had that chance as well at the end. But to be honest, I'm grateful with these 3 points.
Well, exactly. I mean, to be fair, the way the game panned out, I was just happy that we held on at the end and we didn't concede like we did against Chelsea. And they could be big 3 points. I mean, obviously, still very, very early in the season, but we did need to get a win under our belt. And, I think in the last few games, we had seen a bit of a turn in our performances, especially in the second half. But we were still not getting the wins. But today, we got the 3 points, which is really, really great. Welcome, Dazza. Welcome to stream. Thanks for joining. Great result, he says. Yeah, it's so good to have that winning feeling back. And if you want to subscribe to Darryl's channel, his link's in the description down below as well. Renami MC says he needs a new contract. I don't know why he talks about being stalled. Is he playing for a move out of Old Trafford? Potentially, but I mean, I think Martial does like this club. I think, there's still some things to be resolved, but I feel like, I feel like it can be resolved. So let's hope it is, because he is a fantastic player. I also want to ask you about what you thought of Paul Pogba's result today, as Jose Mourinho is just giving his post-match press conference. Red Army here says Pogba needs to stop that rubbish run-up. Asim, what did you think of Paul Pogba's performance overall today?
Pogba was great, to be honest. He was great. The link-up play between the two Frenchmen in Martial and Pogba was also superb. His penalty, yes, he missed it, but the rebound went in. But creatively, he was very, very good. And I think that was due to Fred, simply because having Fellaini in previous games didn't help him, as them to sit back, Matic and Fellaini. But Fred goes up and it gives Pogba the authority to also go up and, do what he does best.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Fred there. I thought Fred was really good today. He looked really lively, and it looked like, when he first started the game, it did look like he was without match practice for a few weeks, and he was a bit leggy. But I thought as he grew into the game, he was very, very good. So, hopefully we can see Fred starting in that midfield a lot more often, because I don't like to see kind of 50 million being wasted on the bench like that. But I thought Fred did bring something to our play. I thought we played a lot better, and we didn't see too much of the part of the bus football that we've kind of come accustomed to under Jose Mourinho. Jack says, what do you think about Fred? I thought he was great, as I just said. I totally agree, Jack. I thought he was very, very good today. Red Army MUFC says, I don't know about you lot, but I'm scared David De Gea's future. He hasn't signed a new deal, and when he was asked about it, he just said he was focused on winning the game. Well, yeah, obviously David De Gea, again, not another non-clean sheet for David De Gea, due to some really poor defending really by Chris Smalling. But he still made some decent plays, De Gea, as well. Wasn't really worked too much in terms of making difficult saves, but he did his job well. What do you reckon, Asim? Do you think David De Gea is going to sign a new contract, or do you reckon he's going to leave at the end of the season?
I think, no, he won't leave at the end of the season. United have this contract thing where they can do another year. So I don't think he'll leave at the end of the season, and I don't think he'll leave Manchester United anytime soon. He loves this club, clearly. He's been here for 7 years. He's won a Premier League title at Manchester United as well under Sir Alex Ferguson. But David Moyes, Van Gaal, Mourinho, he saved them all. He has saved them all. And now, hopefully, after Jose Mourinho, or even with Jose Mourinho, hopefully the great times come back and he's part of a winning side. Because in my eyes, David De Gea is a legend. He just hasn't got those trophies like Van der Sar did and Peter Schmeichel. It's a shame, but David De Gea, for me, what an outstanding legend for Manchester United. And he needs to stay.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he does. I mean, it seems like by game basis, he's always, saving us in big moments in games, making the big saves. I mean, against Juventus, it could have been 3, 4, or 5 without David De Gea there. So, he is absolutely brilliant. He's a fantastic keeper. Probably been our best player since Sir Alex Ferguson left in terms of, consistent performances. And it would be an absolute catastrophe if he left, because I don't see any better replacements out there really. Potentially you could bring in someone like Jan Oblak, but I feel like De Gea could leave, because he might as you said, he'll want to be part of a winning side, and let's hope he can be part of a winning side at United. But if he doesn't see that, he's literally got a queue at his front door asking for him for moves, and he's got loads of options. He could go to Real Madrid potentially, or somewhere else. And I think if David De Gea said he wanted to leave, there'd be a lot of clubs waiting for his signature, which is worrying. But I hope David De Gea can stay, and can save us for a few more seasons at least. MUFC said, I heard that he might move to Inter Milan, but I don't think he will. Who would we replace if he decides to move? Pickford. I'm not sure if I want Pickford in goal, to be honest. But yeah, Inter Milan, I think that would be a step down for him, to be honest. But I mean, you wouldn't put it past him if the money's right, or I don't know. But I don't think he will move to Inter Milan. I think if he was to move, I reckon he'd move to Juventus. What are your thoughts, Asim?
One thing with David De Gea is, yes, that whole fax machine thing happened in 2015, but he's a very, very loyal player, which I love about him, because you see Coutinho and all this, they see Real Madrid, Barcelona knocking on the door. Oh, I want to leave. With David De Gea, it wasn't just knocking on the door. It was literally a second. It was done. It was essentially done. And then for him not to fall through and then sign a contract straight after, I mean, and him not asking to leave the club and handing a transfer request in is just phenomenal from David De Gea's point of view and my point of view, because you don't get that type of loyalty in football today.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's great to see. It is great to see him being really loyal to the club, especially as, Man United fans, to show that he kind of cares about the club and seems to love playing for the club as well, which is great to hear, of course. And hopefully we can get this contract negotiations resolved sooner rather than later. Jack says he 100% agrees with what you were saying about David De Gea. Rodney NC says Lopetegui is getting attacked. I believe it's the end of him at Madrid. Is Madrid spell 5-1 is too much of a burden for Madrid supporters. Yeah, of course. Real Madrid did lose 5-1 against Barcelona in the El Clasico. No Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo.
Come on, United! Come on, please.
There you go. But anyway, there you go. That's another appearance. But yeah, no, yeah. I think Lopetegui.
Yeah!
I think Lopetegui probably is gonna leave Real Madrid, but. And they're saying potentially Mourinho could go and replace him. I don't think that's going to happen, but I mean, it is being talked about that Mourinho could be the replacement. Ronaldo says, look at Luis Suarez with a hat-trick. Last player to do that with Lionel Messi back in 2007. Well, Suarez is a very, very good striker. He really is a good striker. So,
yes!
I'm not surprised. I do apologise about that. I'm not surprised. Rouser says Mourinho for Lopetegui would be the best news of 2018. Hopefully we'll hear this news soon. Well, I mean, what do you think about that, Asim? Do you think that a swap, if Mourinho went, I mean, I'm not sure if you are Mourinho in and Mourinho out, but if Mourinho, went to Real Madrid, do you think that'd be a positive move for Man United, so we could bring somebody else in?
I am Jose out, but for that Real Madrid manager, I would stick with Jose Mourinho, to be honest, because getting battered by Barcelona without Messi is just a joke, absolute joke.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. Lopetegui is the whole thing around him as well was really ridiculous. I mean, he was Spain manager, and then he got sacked before the World Cup started, and then he joined Real Madrid, and now he's being sacked even before Christmas. It's not been a good year for him. Let's be honest with that. Yeah, so of course we talked a bit about Man United's play. I mean, I want to ask you a bit about how Everton played. Do you think that the 2-1 result for United, really kind of showed how the game was, or do you think that Everton potentially deserved a draw in this game?
Now, I think 2-1 was right in reality as well, because we were dominant for the majority of the game. So, because if we had taken our chances, it would have been 4-5. So Yeah, 2-1 because they also had chances. Don't get me wrong, David De Gea made simple saves, but Liverpool keepers would know. Obviously, simple saves don't go wrong, don't go right for them. But 2-1, 2-1 is right. It's absolutely right.
Right, there you go. Raz said, I didn't mean Lopetegui coming to us, I mean Jose leaving. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, there are some fans who are going to be still Jose out after this result. I mean, Naveen John has joined us. Welcome, Naveen. Thank you very much for joining, mate. Really appreciate it. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. He says, why can't we finish off matches? Today, yes, we won, but when can I watch a Man United match with less tens? It's frustrating. Well, I mean, Martial had a chance at the end where he really should have put that away and it would have finished it off. But still, giving away that penalty was really poor game management. And if we hadn't given that penalty away, we would have been a lot more comfortable. And we just needed to take our chances. I mean, Lukaku again had a really good chance and he missed it. I mean, Asim, I want to ask you how do you think Lukaku's going to get his goal scoring form back? Because even he started on the bench today, and when he came on, he didn't seem to change the way he played. He still looks similar. So how do you think he's going to be able to change and get back into goal scoring form?
Changing the coach, to be honest, because this style of play won't work for Lukaku. But he has to put that ball into the back of the net. He has to. For Belgium, he does. Why? Because they create a lot of chances. This Manchester United side under Jose Mourinho don't create a lot of chances. They don't press as that Belgium team do. So I think that's not playing to his strengths. Once you do play to his strengths, he will be a goal-scoring machine.
Yeah, well, there you go, guys. I have been informed after. I do have to leave, unfortunately, but I do apologise for this kind of the short stream. But I do want to say, if you are watching, go and subscribe to the Tactical Show. His link is in the description down below, top line of the description. Really would appreciate you guys going and subscribing, and I'm sure he would appreciate you guys going and subscribing as well. But thank you very much to everyone who has been watching this kind of short match review. But United get the 3 points. Really happy with that. Thank you very much to Asim for coming on the stream. Really appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much for joining me once again. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. And go check out the Tactical Show in the top line in the description down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.